I'm sure by now you've come to realize that there is no magic formula for solving every single type of word problem there is in mathematics. So we're going to talk about a mixture problem for just a second. Now, there will be more than one mixture problem put up here on YouTube, so just be aware of that and be patient. Okay. Now, I'm sure even if you've never worked in a photo lab, you already know that there are chemicals involved in making pictures. Okay? Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, that you need 8 liters. We're going to say this is the 8 liters here. Now, I know this is not an 8-liter glass, but let's just say you needed 8 liters of a 20% solution for your photo lab. All right. But your company, the company that sends you all your chemicals, don't mix it up for you right off the bat. No, they actually send you 2 chemicals. Chemical A, chemical B. Alright? And they ship them in great big containers. Now, I know these glasses are not great big containers, but they ship them in great big containers. And what you have to do is you have to take a certain amount of chemical A and a certain amount of chemical B, and you have to pour one after the next into this. This would be your jar. You mix it up, and you'd end up with 8 liters of a 20% solution. Now, the first thing that they ship you is chemical X. This is going to be chemical X. And chemical X has a 12% solution in it. Okay? So this is chemical X, has a 12% solution. Then they ship you chemical Y, and it has a 35% solution. So when you pour a certain amount of your 12% solution, and then you take a certain amount of your 35% solution, and you pour it in here, and you mix it up, you're going to have 8 liters of your 20% solution. Now, how do we come up with all this? Well, we have a little chart. Here is chemical X. Here's chemical X. Here is chemical Y. Chemical Y. And if we add however much we poured in here from chemical X and however much we poured in here from chemical Y, we would get 8 liters. So X plus Y equals 8. Alright, now we know that X is a 12% solution. Okay, we already told you that. We know that Y is a 35% solution. And we know that the final resulting solution, which will be this one, will be a 20% solution. So 0.12X plus 0.35Y is going to give you 0.20 times 8, which is 1.6. How do we solve all this? Okay. Now, if we know that there's 8 liters in this cup, and we know you added a certain amount of, not Y, but X. We added a certain amount of X, and we added in a certain amount of Y. If we take out all of the Y that we added to this glass, all we're going to have left is X. Okay? If we were somehow able to extract all of chemical Y out of this 8-ounce glass, or 8-liter glass, we'll say this is 8 liters, okay? We were to take all of chemical Y out of this 8-liter glass, all we'd have left is X. Okay. So we can say that we have a certain amount of chemical Y in this glass. There's a certain amount of chemical Y in this glass. If we were to have, now this glass has 8 liters. If we were to remove all that Y right there, all we'd have left is X. So 8 minus y equals x. And I'll write that down. Eight is the number of ounces, the number of liters in your glass, and y is the number of liters that came from y. Okay, so all you'd have left is x. So we're going to replace every x in this chart with 8 minus y. It's substitution, basically. Well, 8 minus y times 0.12 equals 0.12 times 8 minus y. Alright. So basically, what we're going to have now is a very easy mathematical formula. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to add this and this together, and we're going to come up with that 1.6, which is right here. And if we do all that, what we're going to come up with is if we solve this whole equation, we're going to come up with y equals 2.8 and x equals 5.2, which are the answers we were looking for. Alright? And if you wanted to get more simplistic than that, you could go with 2 and a fifth and 5 and we can go as far as to say that y is going to be 2 and 4/5 and x is going to be 5 and a fifth. And that's your answer. And I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.